Did you know that some common habits when driving an automatic car can actually ruin it beyond repair? Mistakes that, over time, could cost you thousands in repairs. And the crazy part? Most people have no idea they're even doing them. Today, we're going to uncover the 14 mistakes you should never make with an automatic car. And at the end, I'll share a bonus tip that can seriously extend the life of your transmission. Ready? Let's dive in. But first, let me tell you what happened to my friend Mark last summer. He was on vacation with his brand new BMW 3 Series automatic, a dream car, barely 3 months old. Then he made one of the mistakes we'll cover today and, well, I'll tell you how that story ends later in the video, but let me just say this. The repair bill was higher than a trip to the Maldives. Let's start with the first mistake you should never make. Mistake number 1. Shifting into neutral while going downhill. Have you ever thought putting your car in neutral when going downhill could save you fuel? Wrong. This technique, known as coasting, is not only useless, it's harmful. Here's why. No fuel savings. Modern cars already cut off fuel supply when decelerating in gear. But in neutral, the engine idles and keeps burning fuel. Less control. Without a gear engaged, you have less control over the car in case of emergency. Transmission wear. Shifting back into gear while the car is moving causes a mechanical shock to the transmission, increasing wear. It's always better to keep a gear engaged and use engine braking. And keep watching, because later I'll show you a small accessory that costs less than 20 bucks and could literally save you from a $3,000 transmission repair. I found it by accident, and now I never drive without it. And what if I told you the next mistake is even more common and can end up costing you a fortune? Mistake number 2. Driving through deep water. Never underestimate a puddle. Driving through standing water might seem harmless, but it's actually a huge risk for your automatic transmission. Why? The transmission has air vents to regulate internal pressure. If those vents go underwater, water can seep in and mix with the transmission fluid. The result? A total disaster. The contaminated oil loses its lubrication properties, clutch plates get damaged, and the transmission could fail within hours. But that's not all. Water is not compressible. If it enters the hydraulic system, it can create a hammer effect that damages valves and seals. A mechanic once told me he saw a transmission completely destroyed after crossing just half a meter of water. Repair cost? $4,500. The rule is simple. If the water level is above the middle of your wheels, don't go through it. And if you absolutely have to cross a small puddle, do it slowly, in first gear, and never stop or shift gears halfway through. And we're just getting started. The next mistake is one nearly everyone makes. Mistake number 3. Keeping the car in drive at red lights. Do you keep your car in D while waiting at a red light? You might want to stop doing that. When the car is stopped but still in gear, the torque converter keeps working, generating extra heat inside the transmission. On hot days, this heat builds up fast, and that can seriously increase the risk of damage. If you know you'll be stopped for a while, shift into N. It reduces heat and even saves a bit of fuel. Think that sounds bad? Wait until you hear the next one. Mistake number 4. Not warming up the transmission in winter. You probably know your engine needs a little time to warm up in the morning, but did you know your transmission does too? Automatic transmissions rely on hydraulic fluid, which thickens in the cold. If you drive off immediately, the gears shift late and the transmission operates under stress. After starting the car, wait just a few seconds before you drive, and take it easy for the first few minutes to give the fluid time to circulate properly. Mistake number 5. Resting your hand on the gear lever. Do you find it relaxing to drive with one hand on the gear shifter? Stop doing that immediately, even if it seems harmless. This habit applies constant pressure on the internal mechanisms of the transmission, causing premature wear. Keep both hands on the wheel and let the gearbox do its job on its own. Want to instantly know what's wrong with your car and save hundreds in mechanic bills? This small OBD scanner connects to your car's diagnostic port in seconds and shows you exactly what the issue is, right on your smartphone. No more guessing what those warning lights mean. You'll know if it's a serious problem. Or just a minor glitch you can reset yourself, avoiding unnecessary trips to the repair shop. You'll find a link with an exclusive discount in the description. Wondering which of these mistakes is the most expensive? Keep watching because mistake number 14 will make you jump out of your chair. It's the exact same mistake my friend Mark made on vacation. Mistake number 6. Turning off the car before shifting into P. Many modern vehicles won't let you start the engine unless it's in park, but turning the engine off while still in D or N can lead to serious problems. Warning: this is one of the most common mistakes, even among experienced drivers. The torque converter needs to stay properly engaged to function correctly. Disconnecting it the wrong way over time can cause internal damage. Mistake number 7. Flooring the gas pedal from a standstill. Hitting the accelerator hard as soon as the light turns green might feel fun, but it's a nightmare for your engine and transmission. Every time you do it, you're putting unnecessary strain on the engine mounts, suspension, and gearbox. Not to mention burning more fuel. Smooth acceleration helps your car last longer and perform better. We're halfway through the list, but the most important points are still to come. In the next 6 mistakes, I'll show you habits that can literally destroy your transmission in seconds. One of them cost me $2,700 in repairs before I finally learned my lesson, and I guarantee mistake number 12 will surprise you. Mistake number 8. Shifting into P before stopping completely. Putting your car into park while it's still moving is like slamming a doorstop into a door that's still swinging. The parking pawl inside the transmission isn't meant to stop a moving vehicle, and forcing it can break the mechanism. If you ever hear a grinding noise when you do it, you're already in trouble. Mistake number 9. Forgetting to change your transmission fluid. Transmission fluid doesn't last forever. If you want your gearbox to stay smooth, you should change the fluid about every 50,000 kilometers, or roughly 30,000 miles. It should be bright red and odorless. If it turns brown or smells burnt, it's time to change it. Transmission fluid reduces friction between gears, and without it, disaster is just a matter of time. Want to protect your automatic gearbox between fluid changes? There's a solution I personally use, a special additive that significantly improves transmission performance with just one treatment. It helps restore smooth shifting, eliminates annoying jerks, and protects the system from overheating. It's basically insurance in a bottle, and it costs way less than a repair. Automatic transmission. Myths, true or false? Myth number 1. You can't push start an automatic car. True, unlike manual cars, you can't push start an automatic. Doing so won't work, and worse, it can seriously damage your transmission. Automatic gearboxes rely on hydraulic pressure, and that pressure is only generated when the engine is running. Myth number 2. You can't drive an automatic car in the mountains. False. Modern automatics handle mountain driving just fine. Use sequential mode or paddle shifters to manually select lower gears on steep inclines for better control and performance. Myth number 3. Automatic cars aren't made for sporty driving. False. Modern dual-clutch transmissions shift even faster than skilled drivers with manual gearboxes. That's why many high-performance cars today come only with automatics. Mistake number 10. Not using the parking brake when parked. The transmission's parking pawl isn't strong enough to hold your car's full weight, especially on a slope. If you don't use the handbrake or parking brake, all the pressure falls on the transmission gears, risking long-term damage. Better to make one extra move than to pay a huge repair bill later. Mistake number 11. Leaving the car in drive for too long while stopped keeping your car in D for extended stops is not a great idea. In diesel engines, it can cause a phenomenon called ring wash, where fuel contaminates the engine oil and reduces effectiveness. Even in gasoline cars, oil dilution can occur. If you're going to be stopped for more than a minute, just turn the engine off. Restarting it uses less fuel than idling for several minutes. Mistake number 12. Switching from drive to reverse while still moving. Never switch from drive to reverse or vice versa without coming to a full stop. This puts massive stress on the transmission and can lead to over $3,000 in repairs. Modern vehicles have safeguards to prevent this. But don't push your luck. Always stop completely before changing direction. Mistake number 13. driving with a nearly empty fuel tank in an automatic car. Think driving on empty just risks running out of gas? In automatic cars, it's way more dangerous. Here's why. Modern automatic transmissions are cooled through a heat exchanger built into the radiator. When you drive with little fuel, the fuel pump overheats, and that heat spreads to the car's cooling system. The transmission is extremely sensitive to temperature. Even slight overheating can wear out clutch plates and hydraulic components. Sustained heat? It can seriously shorten the life of your gearbox. And there's more. When the fuel pump sucks up sediment from the bottom of a near-empty tank, it can cause the engine to run erratically. In an automatic, these sudden power fluctuations make the transmission work harder as it constantly tries to adapt. Think you're safe? Wait till you hear this last one. It could wreck your car in just a few months. Mistake number 14, spinning the wheels in snow or sand. If you're stuck in snow, it's tempting to slam the gas pedal to get out. Don't do it. This can seriously damage your transmission. So what should you do instead? Try switching to reverse gently, no sudden moves. If you're in an SUV or truck, switch to low gear mode to better control traction without overloading the engine. Bring a small shovel with you. Clearing snow or sand from around the tires can make a huge difference. Last winter, after getting stuck in snow myself, I bought these traction mats. They're super tough, fold down flat, and fit perfectly in the trunk. Last week, I became the hero of the day when I helped a stuck SUV get out of deep mud after a storm. They cost less than a tow truck, and they work on snow, mud, and even sand. You'll find the link below with all the details. If your car has paddle shifters or a sequential mode, learn to use them. On downhill roads, shift to a lower gear for better control without overheating your brakes. On uphill climbs, downshift manually to prevent frequent gear changes. For overtaking, shift down before accelerating for faster engine response. Remember my friend Mark from the beginning of the video? Here's what happened. After a day at the beach, he found his car parked on soft sand, with the tires slightly sunken in. So, what did he do? Exactly. Mistake number 14. He floored the accelerator trying to escape, spinning the wheels non-stop for nearly a minute. The transmission overheated in seconds and started making strange noises. 2 days later, on the highway, it completely failed. Final cost? $4,300 to replace the transmission, $600 for a tow truck, and a ruined vacation. All because he didn't know the basic rules I shared with you today. These 14 mistakes can make the difference between an automatic car that lasts over a decade and one that breaks down in just a few years. Remember, automatic transmissions are complex and expensive to fix. Just a few smart habits can keep yours running smoothly for much longer and save you thousands in repair bills. So tell me, how many of these mistakes were you making without even knowing? Let me know in the comments. If this video helped you out, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next tips for your car. See you next time.